Welcome to another edition of Rated R for Recovery, ratedrforrecovery.com. And I am an alcoholic that doesn't drink. I'm a drug addict that doesn't use for today. And I'm a dead man that walks amongst the living, all this by no righteous deed of my own, and you can call me John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
And let me introduce to you, have you ever seen our our logo, Rated R for Recovery? This is the woman that created the logo when she was selling T-shirts at Grace Church regarding recovery, and that's where I got the idea for the name. Thanks to her, please welcome our interim co-host for the next 2 weeks, Pastor Sherry Lacey, to the show.
Hey there.
And you've been in recovery, actively in recovery, both Celebrate Recovery, whatever 12-step fellowship, for how long?
I celebrated 38 years a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
38 years.
I know.
And that's weird because she's only 40. Okay. So you're listening to Rated R for Recovery. We're brought to you in part by Sovereign Health with offices all over the United States, here in Fort Myers, headquartered out of Los Angeles, California. See them at sovhealth.com. Now, we broadcast every week live from Second Chance Studio, which is located right here in the Second Chance Upscale Resale Store at 12873 South Cleveland Avenue in Fort Myers. If you can't listen to us as a podcast or come and watch us live, you can hear the show every Saturday morning on 1240 and 1270 AM and 97.3 FM. What do we have to talk about? We've got a lot to talk about, a lot to get out of the way. So we want to thank all our sponsors. We want to thank Pastor Jeannie for allowing us to be here. And please welcome our first guest. This is Kristen. How are you, Kristen?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. Blessed and highly favored, as I like to say, with some new revelations in my life that I have come to grips with that I'm going to start working on. But enough about me. Kristen, what was it like when you were using?
Well, I mean, it was a miserable nightmare towards the end. In the beginning, I think it's always fun, but in the end, it becomes, for me...
We want the bottom. We want the ugly bottom.
Okay.
How far down did it take you?
Well, for me, it was more of an emotional bottom. Some of my yets, I did not end up in jail. But I did, I was supposed to be a mom, and I was not a mom. I was in a bedroom all day shooting up crack and heroin while my son was out there taking care of himself.
How old was he during this time period?
About 3.
Okay.
I mean, the entire time from the day he was born was when my addiction really started. With opiates was my drug of choice. But then, towards the end, like I said, it was anything I could put into a needle. Anything that could make me feel not normal.
Right. And you said that he was basically taking care of himself. Was there a dad in the picture at this time?
Yes. I mean, and we lived with my ex-husband's parents at the time, and they did help. But me and my ex-husband used together throughout, from, like I said, the time my son was born until he was 7 years old.
And how old is he today?
He's 9.
And where is he?
He is living with me.
Nice.
Full time.
That's
awesome.
Let's
Yes.
There's plenty of you in the audience that can relate to that we move ahead and we block out everything else that's around us because all I want to do is use. I don't care about you. And the travesty is that we hurt the people we love and that love us. One of the other things, there's a 12-step fellowship. You talked about emotional death. There's a 12-step fellowship that says jails, institutions, and death. Well, for me, I can check off jails. How about you, Pastor Sherry?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Institutions, I can check off.
I can do that too.
And death?
Spiritual death. I was
Exactly.
dead
I want to
inside.
hear from the audience how many people died spiritually and emotionally over and over again.
I wanna say something. I particularly appreciate your story and celebrate for you and with you. I was one of those people who said I loved my child more than anything else in the world, but my actions did not prove that out. I lost my daughter, and she's 40 now. We have a terrific relationship, but it took years and years and years to build that trust. How's it going with your little guy?
It's awesome. I mean, and that's a daily amends I make every day, is to wake up and be the mom I was not for so many years. I'm an active mom today, you know. I do his homework with him every night. I pay for him, you know, $20 for him to go to a school dance, which is ridiculous. But today I have that $20 to give him to go, and that means a lot to me, but it means more to him. And he is, you know, very well aware about the addiction that me and his dad went through, you know.
How about his dad? How about his parents? You said you were living with them, but you're shooting dope in their bedroom, or
yeah. I mean, we stole from them. We stole from my parents, you know, and I don't know if they were naive to it or in denial, or if we just hid it really well. Although, you know, as addicts, I think we think that we're hiding everything well, but everybody else really knows what's going on. But yeah, I mean, and that's what we did. That was our life for 6 years.
John, you brought up the in-laws. I'm curious, since you have been working this program of recovery, have you had an amends process with those folks?
I'm glad you asked that, actually, because you know, my ex-husband is now clean, and so we are both, you know, co-parenting together with my son, and yes, we are really close. I am still very close with my son's grandparents.
That's not what she asked you. Did you make the amends process, which is a 9th step? Did you go through with that with them?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And again, that's also a daily thing, you know, with them. But I do, you know, make my amends by helping with my son. You know, as much as they helped with us, with him. And they can see how much I've changed. And
Yeah, they don't have to watch our mouths; they watch our feet.
Exactly.
So when you made these 9th step amends, how was it received from all these people? Was it different from some? And
well, I mean, you know, by the time I did them, I think a lot of people could see already that I was changing,
Right.
as it was. But like you said, you know, it was the action part of it. Anybody can say anything that they want to, but if your feet aren't following your mouth, you know what I mean? It's a different thing in that sense. So on a daily basis, like I said, I show them, you know, I'm different today. I don't steal. I don't take advantage of them. I actually do what I say I'm going to do.
Amen.
And that's one
Amen
thing
to
I
that.
did not do.
Pastor Sherry, in the 9th step process, I was told never to say I was sorry to someone because they had heard that over and over again. I was instructed to say, all right, I'll use you as an example. I went in your wallet a number of times and took money out, and I need you to know that because I'm going to try not to do that anymore. So what can I do to make that right? That's what I was instructed to say.
That's one approach. Another one that you can do is confess what you did and then ask for forgiveness. saying,
Amen.
Please forgive me. I have, I was thinking we kind of jumped to step 9, but as you were starting this process, there were probably some practices that you put into place that I have a feeling are still really important to you. What were some of those things that you did? I'm thinking about importance of meetings and sponsorship and accountability and stuff. How did that work for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started, you know, in a halfway house, and so I was held accountable every day, and thank God I was, because I needed it. But I did my 90 and 90. I got a sponsor. I worked my steps, and I took it really seriously. You know, I worked just as hard for my recovery as I did when I was getting high. And that's one thing they told me I had to do.
What was that point, you know, because we're jumping way ahead, and let's go back to the point where you're shooting dope in the bedroom. When did you make the conscious decision that this is terrible, I can't live this way anymore? Do you remember that time?
Yeah. You know, when I woke up and I couldn't even take a shower until I got what I needed to get to be able to do that. I would sit in my driveway and watch, you know, these families with their children playing out in the street, and I could not do that with my son.
Right.
Because, I mean, like I said, towards the end, I was more dope sick than I was high, and it was hell to try and get up out of bed even.
Yeah.
You know, to even feed him or feed myself. I didn't know who I was when I looked in the mirror.
I hated that. I can remember using for so long that once I ran out of money, of course, I had to go. So at whatever dope house I was in. And I can remember the sun coming up and living in a neighborhood in central Fort Myers where I would walk when the sun was coming up, and the kids are just going out to the bus then. And that shameful feeling of them and their parents looking at me as I'm walking down the street, that was shameful. It wasn't enough to change me though. And so, what was the first thing you did when you said, "I'm not doing this anymore"?
Well, I left my ex-husband because he was the problem. I certainly was not the problem. I mean, that's what I told myself. But I went to detox, and
How did you even know about detox? What? Just tell us how you came to that revelation.
well, I mean, from my drug dealers telling me I had a problem and I should probably go get help. So, it was pretty bad if your drug dealers are telling you to go get help. And they told me you can go somewhere where they give you some medicine to help it not be so bad. And when I was ready, I did the necessary, I looked into it. I did what I had to do to get there, and I got myself there, and by this time I had nobody, behind me. My parents wrote me off.
His parents?
His parents.
Where were you living?
With his parents at the time.
So they didn't actually say get out.
No.
Okay.
No, it was coming to that though. It was very close to that happening, so I kind of just let myself out instead of getting kicked out. I thought that was the better way to go, but I was done. I was done too. I had been emotionally dragged through the mud enough by my own doing, to be done. And I was really ready this time and willing to do whatever it took, because I tried before and I went to detox, didn't listen to anybody who came in to bring meetings in, smoked cigarettes in the bathroom, had a detox romance, did everything you weren't supposed to. And what do you know? But I got high after that.
What is a detox romance?
What they tell you not to get when you go to detox. You find the love of your life
In detox.
because you're shopping in the dented can aisle, and you write them love letters all day because that's all you could do, because you'll get kicked out if you do anything more.
And meanwhile, you're meeting a guy that probably has no driver's license, that has a career criminal, that has no job and is addicted to something.
Water seeks
The
its
love
own
of
level.
my life.
Yes. It was the love of my life at that time. But yeah.
Anybody else relate to that? Has anybody else tried to find their soulmate in detox? Okay, so so you go to detox, then you go to a woman's halfway house, and there was rules.
Yeah.
Were you so done that you didn't care what they said? You were just willing to do anything?
Oh yeah, and I've never actually had a problem with following rules, and so it was easy for me. I was.
You didn't have a problem following rules, but the first time you're in detox, you're doing all these things that are against the rules, and you're living in your in-laws' house or your potential in-laws' house, and you're stealing from them, shooting dope in there. Do you think those might have been rules they didn't want you to?
Okay.
Huh?
Touche.
Okay. No, I'm not trying to. So I'm trying to get to the point. What changes in us? That's what it is. What changes in us where we're going to say, "I'm willing to do anything this time"?
I was, because that time when I went to detox, this time I saw how the people were happy and they were put together and they looked like they showered, and they were healthy, and I wanted,
better.
yes, I wanted whatever they had, whatever they were doing, I was willing to do to get to that point, because, I knew this wasn't how my parents raised me. My dad was a retired cop from New Jersey. He didn't want a junkie daughter. He didn't plan that for himself. So I was, if they told me I had to be home at 10 o'clock because that was my curfew and I was 28 years old, I was home at 10 o'clock. If I was told I couldn't have boys sleep over, we did not have boys sleep over. And, I did my 90 and 90. That was one of the rules. Get a sponsor. Get a job. I took 3 buses to wave a sign on the side of 41 to pay my rent, because mommy and daddy weren't paying it anymore.
Right. I was a advocate of the Lee County bus system for many years when I first came into this program. Sherry, when you got sober, what year was it? Just tell us
Thanks,
what year
John.
it was.
It was 1978.
Okay, so all right,
Wow.
yes, absolutely, Ricky, absolutely. And when you're a little bit of your experience was you had tried before to stop,
Oh,
but
sure.
couldn't stop.
I could not stop. I could not stop drinking. I did try. I tried 20 Ways to Sunday to stop drinking, and I couldn't do it. And what finally happened to me, there was just like this. It's like everything lined up to beat me down. I know that today was God, but man, I was beat to death by the time I stopped drinking. And I, you know what, I wanted to mention something since you brought it up, John. It was December when I decided to stop drinking, and I thought that is not the smartest time to do that, because there's
Parties.
a party or two happening in December. And I was just thinking about the day after day that I sat in the 24-hour clubs and the alcothons. The reason I thought about that was because what I'm hearing from you is that there was a point in time where you decided that you were willing to go to any lengths, whatever it took. If I have to ride a bus, if I have to transfer 3 times, if I have to hold a sign on the side of the road, this is what I'm going to do to stay sober. And that's the type of determination we need, particularly right now.
Right, right. And as you said to me earlier in the evening before we went on the air, that more gets revealed as we go through it.
Yep.
And sometimes it takes what we have to go through to get where we're going to be.
That's pain, usually.
Yeah, oh, you're telling me. All right, so was there anything you'd like to say to the ladies in the audience or anything that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I think for me, today I've stayed clean and sober as long as I have because I keep doing the things I did in the beginning still today. I see too many people fall off because they stop doing the things they did in the beginning. And, not just going to meetings is not enough.
Absolutely.
You have to, they give you suggestions, which I believe are subtle demands for
Right.
a certain reason because it works. And I really believe that. And I also believe you are who you surround yourself with. And I tell my sponsees that all the time. It really makes a difference. If I was hanging out with, the people I used to go to the bar with still today, I'd probably be drinking. But,
Absolutely.
you go to the barbershop enough, you're going to get your hair cut. And so I make sure I surround myself with people in this program who are following their feet.
Right.
John, the podcast audience can't see, but this is a beautiful woman sitting beside us who looks to me that she is filled with hope.
Amen. I am. I'm excited for the future today. I'm grateful today. I'm grateful to wake up and not need something to get through the day.
Right.
I think that's the most freeing part of it. Like I said, it wasn't fun anymore towards the end, and I don't ever want to have to depend on a pill, a bag, a bottle to get me through my day. I'm grateful for every day I could wake up and take a breath.
Give Kristen a nice round of applause. We are going to take a commercial break. All right, so we're going to go on and have Ricky do a couple songs for us right now. You can hear Ricky all over the Facebook, and he's going to be on America's Got Talent coming up in 2017. Please welcome to the show, Ricky Ray.
Thank you for having me. I want to clarify that I'm trying out, okay? No, I might not make it. I'm going to sing a couple songs for you. This first song is called Amazing on my new album coming soon. I will be brave as I walk on this journey, yeah. Take a sip from your cup, my eyes begin to open up slowly. Shed my skin just like a snake. All my chains, they fall away. I hear a voice say that I'm worth it, yeah. I was born to be amazing. I was born to be a star. I was made to shine like the sun, the light, the truth in which I'm made from. Whoa. And love is the beating of my drum. And now I see that you and me were both made to be amazing. Amazing. And all my fears, they fade away. When you find love, you're not afraid. Became a witness to the darkness. I found the light that I've been missing. She took me to the deepest place. I lost my mind, but I found my way. I hear a voice say that I'm worth it, yeah. I was born to be amazing. I was born to be a star. I was made to shine like the sun, the light, the truth in which I'm made from. Whoa. And love is the beating of my drum. And now I see that you and me were both made to be amazing. Amazing. You're not alone on this journey, yeah. Lights from above will guide you all the way through. So have a little faith and you find your way. I hear a voice say that I'm worth it, yeah. I was born to be amazing. I was born to be a star. I was made to shine like the sun, the light, the truth in which I'm made from. Whoa. And love is the beating of my drum. And now I see that you and me were both made to be amazing. Now I see that you and me were both made to be amazing. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. And I want you to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that Ricky writes his own lyrics, his own music, and he's going to do another song for us right now.
Thank you very much. Through the valley I will walk, through the shadows of death. Hear my prayers, hear me, Jesus. All my sins I do confess. God, I'm tired and I'm so weary, and I'm losing all of my strength. Please forgive me, have some mercy. Give me peace so I can rest. Take me away and hold me, Father. Take me away from the pouring rain. Take me away from all of my sorrows. Give me love, give me grace. Take me away from all of my problems. Take me away from the troubles I face. Take me away from all of my heartaches. Give me strength in your name. Take me away. Take me away. And I surrender, my Lord. I don't wanna feel lukewarm anymore. I wanna feel your fire, wanna walk beside you. Please don't ever let me go. Holy Spirit, I'm all yours. I don't wanna feel more and more. 'Cause I need you, Jesus. I need you, Jesus. 'Cause I can't do this on my own. Take me away and hold me, Father. Take me away from the pouring rain. take me away from all of my problems. Give me love, give me grace. Take me away from all of my problems. Take me away from the troubles I face. Take me away from all of my sorrows. Give me strength in your name. Take me away. Oh Lord, take me away. Through the mountain I will climb, 'cause I wanna reach the light. From the ashes I will rise, till my spirit comes alive. From your waters I will drink from, till I come back to life. And I'll rise, and I'll rise, and I'll rise. Take me away and hold me, Father. Take me away from the pouring rain. Take me away from all of my sorrows. Give me love, give me grace. Take me away from all of my problems. Take me away from the troubles I face. Take me away from all of my sorrows. Give me strength in your name. Take me away. Whoa. Take me away. Take me away.
Ricky Ray, ladies and gentlemen.